Yo, welcome back. Return of the Mac.
Yeah.
M.A.C, Moss, Andrew, Carl. No Carl today, but Moss and Andrew here back in the building.
That's right.
Episode 189. What's happening?
We back. 189. We get close to that 200.
We are getting close, and I forgot we missed last week. So, sorry about that. We're a little late on this one, but perfect timing for our NBA playoffs and got started.
A lot of shit that happened.
Some other stuff going on. We got plenty to talk about today.
Damn right. Damn right.
Anything go on the last couple of weeks you want to mention before we get started?
Anything happen? I mean, guess you got to see we got this new merch right here.
Big time.
You know what I'm saying? You know, just a little prototype. See what it look like. Look kind of clean. You never know. Hit us up. You know, we might have to cook something up.
I like it. I like it.
Get something nice and clean, little merch off, but nothing too much. Just work. Same old shit going on. How about you?
Same here. Nothing too crazy, really. Hate to not ask, but I don't have anything anything important to present today.
Yeah, I ain't got too much going on. Same old shit, you know.
I hear that.
Nothing worth talking about, really.
Well, like I said, lots of NBA stuff because of the end of the season, playing games and all that, playoffs and everything.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that because obviously that's probably going to be our biggest topic today. But a few music stuff going on. You mentioned a lot of new music had come out the past 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I haven't got to listen to anything, but what's the highlights? What's the stuff that you were really bumping here?
The highlights is that Ray Shremmerd album. Ray Shremmerd, however you want to say it. It's from like 4. Shit is solid.
Yeah.
Shit is fucking solid.
Have you been a fan before?
Yeah. I've been a fan since they first dropped their first single, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What was that No Flex Zone?
Yeah.
I remember that track.
I thought they were like just little kid rapping when that first came
Saying
out.
They fooled everybody. Though.
Yeah. So I remember that song being huge and stuff. And I mean, I liked it. It was catchy for sure, but I didn't really pay no attention to them. I didn't give them any real respect at that point.
Yeah, that song just like, it's a song that you hear it one time. It's like, yo, that shit is that's a banger. Like, that's a solid record. Like, there's no question about it. So I was interested. And of course, they sounded like little kids. They small dudes, so they look like they teenagers or something. So they kind of ran with that shit. And now I found out years later, they was like, yeah, we knew that people thought we was kids and we just never said nothing, but we was really like 23, 24.
Oh, they were, I didn't know they were even older like that.
Yeah. They was actually in their 20s when they first came out.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But they ran with it because, you know, it got them a lot of buzz. They thought, well, this kid duo come
right.
from? And, you know, with Mike Will beats. Like, what the fuck? Like, Mike Will was the hottest producer out at the time.
Not a bad start.
So it was like, I fuck with them, but they've been solid. They had some issues in recent years. They apparently had kind of like broke up. So they hadn't dropped a collab album in like 5 years or something like that. They had been doing their own solo shit. Features and all that shit. Of course, you know, Sway Lee kind of blew up with a lot of records he was on. Post Malone record, French Montana, you know, on what's it, Unforgettable? Unforgettable. Yeah, that was a banger a few years ago.
Yeah, the Spider-Man joint with Post Malone was like massive. Yeah. You get on the soundtrack of a huge kids movie.
Yeah.
That's a dub.
You out of here.
But yeah, I feel like since that happened, I mean, I guess that not since that happened, but since some of their early stuff had really blown up and they got really big, I hadn't heard any music. And every time you heard about something, it was like some stupid shit. Like not anything serious, but it was like, oh, they're in this kind of Sway Lee's girlfriend going off on him on IG or something. I was like, oh man, this is not good when this is all you're hearing about them.
Both of them had them issues going on. So that took a part, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if people know this, like they are actually brothers. Like they real
didn't know that.
They real life fucking blood brothers.
Oh,
so I'm
wow.
like, they ain't gonna stay apart forever. They fucking real brothers. You got to see this dude at some point and reconcile your differences. So they came back together and they dropped their their fourth installment, The Shroom Life. I was like, all right, it's about time.
I think the fact that they're real brothers is probably really good for Jimmy.
Oh,
because people were calling for the breakup a long time ago. And I would venture to say that if it's not family, it would make more sense for Sway Lee to just go do his own thing.
I don't like when people do that. When people call for the break, because obviously Sway Lee was like the star.
Right.
He had the look. He was killing hooks. But at the same time, like I think their last project was like a 3-disc joint. I think I remember talking about this.
One was
a Sway Lee album, one was a Slim Jimmy album, and then the third one was them together. And their songs by themselves didn't really hit. Like Sway Lee had success doing hooks for those big records for other people, but he never had one of his own, and Jimmy the same. So at the end of the day, y'all the best when y'all together.
Right.
All of y'all's hits came from when y'all was together or when you was featured on somebody else's track. So it just made sense for them to bring it back home.
No doubt.
A lot of tracks by Mike Will on there.
I'm going to check it out. I did end up liking their music quite a bit after that first initial listen. That Black Beatles is what got me on.
Yeah,
that was the one I was like, okay, no, they make legit really good music. And where
everybody playing Simon Says in random places.
Yeah, that was wild.
That
was a wild time. Wild time.
Fucking Mannequin Challenge.
Swang was fire too. I mean, they had a bunch of good songs.
Yeah, they had some joints. They had a lot, especially on their first album. They had a lot of bangers. First 2 albums.
Yeah, they know how to make a hit.
Facts.
It's a good skill to have.
Yeah, yes indeed. But solid record. I like it. Probably like at least half the records on there I like a lot.
I think I looked at it and there was like a reasonable track list.
It's like 14.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of solid records on there. They got a Young Thug feature on there. You ain't heard from Thug in a minute. Yep. That shit's solid. A joint with Future. And the rest is all them. Only 2 features.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I think that my biggest thing that I hold against them is that I don't comfortably know how to say their name. You're going to ask somebody like, you listen to this joint, I'm not comfortable saying it. Like,
another fun fact is Ray Shrimmer does eardrum is backwards.
Okay, so that at least helps me make sense of it a little bit.
They put that much thought into creating his name up because eardrum is the label that Mike Will's label that they own.
That's
the name
wild.
Of that label. So they
how have I never heard that?
That shit wild, right?
Because I'm not the only one that struggles with this name. Anytime you hear somebody talk about him, nobody knows how to say it. That's a wild thing that didn't like come out for everybody to know.
So they got like little Easter eggs that go along with them.
Interesting. I respect that. A little cryptic.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty solid. What else dropped? Drake dropped a single. Search and Rescue. I mean, it's a decent track. It's a decent. It was a track that they was talking about when they had a little excerpt of Kim talking on the record, talking about divorcing Kanye and shit. So that grew a lot of hype on it. But it's like an alright record. I wouldn't say it's like one of his best joints, but like a little throwaway single he threw out there.
What up, bitch?
Still shooting shots.
I had to boycott that song once I heard about that dumb shit. I just hate him so much.
It just goes to show all that shit they did with that concert. They got like, that shit wasn't real. Like, we do that. Y'all ain't piece it up like that.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all hate each other.
Yeah, I don't think.
At the end of the day.
And he just seems like the petty guy.
Oh yeah, he's always
like I never expected that was going to be the end of it.
Yeah, always
but
been that.
It's just so random out of nowhere to just include her in that for no reason. Yeah, I didn't listen to it.
This is what Drake does. Like, he never ever really lets it go.
Yeah,
like any beef he's had, he never quite lets it go. He don't never just piece it up, except for with who did he piece it up with? It was somebody. I might be tripping. I might be thinking about somebody else, but I don't think he's ever pieced it up with somebody he's beef with.
Yeah, off the top, I can't really think of anybody.
Oh, Meek. He did piece it up with Meek.
Yeah.
So to speak. I guess you could say. I don't think there hasn't been any more shots since they pieced it up.
So my thing is, I always just think like, he's obviously like a super intelligent person when it comes to planning, promoting, getting attention, creating buzz and stuff, and obviously being the biggest artist out there is relatively easy for him to do.
Any type of hit he throw out there, people gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, like he knows how to play things, and I would say that the Meek squashing the Meek thing, I think was a calculated decision that this plays well for me.
Right.
I was given the dub. Everybody said he lost. I took the dub. Yeah. So if I extend the hand and we squash it, it's like I'm being the good guy.
It is, yeah. I can see how where Kanye that's is the like, he didn't necessarily take the L in. He won.
Yeah. So, there's no harm in that. And not like he took the L with Kanye, but Kanye's got such a negative reputation at this point. It does nothing for him to squash that and be friends with him again.
At this point, like the only people that can really contest with Drake is Jay-Z or Kanye.
Yeah.
Like that's really all that is.
And Kanye's not even there anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say like as an artist he is, but like public perception wise, he's dropped so far that there's no benefit to it.
True indeed.
I just see Drake as super self-serving. I hate it. Not my thing. But I did see the single came out though.
Yeah. It's a cool record. Nothing too crazy. Just cool. But a track that I ain't been able to stop listening to, and I know y'all are not fans of this guy, but this motherfucker Lil Yachty got another one.
I don't hate Yachty. I'm okay with Yachty.
Bro,
goofball.
This Strike record, it's only like 2.5 minutes.
Of course.
But the song is like, it's one of them just like you just continue to play. You can play over and over again. It's a good song. I like it.
All right, well,
that's pretty solid.
We're super early on, but the time don't matter. Let's do a reaction on it. Let me give a reaction on it. So, what's the name of the song? Strike, Lil Yachty. Check it out right now if you want to. We're about to pause, listen, and come right back.
Yes, sir. So, what'd you think?
That wasn't it. That wasn't it for me. I like that Yachty is experimenting and doing different stuff. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I've said the same thing with him before as like issues that I've got with Kodak. His voice is just so weird.
Yeah.
It's hard to get used to. I'm shocked you like that.
I like it, yeah.
That doesn't feel like your vibe.
It's catchy. He got little lines that you can repeat and remember, and it's nothing too crazy, but it's a good vibe in song. I just like it. It's a record that I can just keep playing. I fuck with it.
I could see it being something because he's got kind of like the sing-song type stuff throughout it. I could see it being catchy.
Yeah.
And like the more you listen to it, the more I might like it. So I don't want to say it's a hard no, but that wasn't what I was expecting.
Right.
That wasn't it.
Understood. I think it's pretty solid. I heard like snippets of this track for a while. Like just people playing snippets and talking, kind of hyping it up. So it kind of got me like ready to hear the whole joint. When I heard the whole joint, I was like, it's solid. It's a solid one.
You think it's a hit though? You said he got one.
I mean, it's hard to define what a hit is right now. I think it's a big record for him. A lot of people are excited about it. For him to drop it, I think he got Cole Bennett to shoot the video for.
That's always
so there's a lot of hype around it. The video is pretty dope too. And it's just like he's created like a wave for himself, where it's almost like he has like this cult fan base, so to speak, to where it's like he can do like the mysterious little snippets and leave them out, and then hype it up for a track to come out. I think he's kind of in that wave right now, where he don't necessarily need like a traditional smash hit,
right?
But you have a track that can go viral, so to speak, that people gonna fuck with. I think this would be one of those for him.
I can see that.
So yeah, Yachty's solid. Had to grow on me, you know. A lot of artists like him, like I feel like when they first come in the game, you can tell that they don't really know what they're doing yet.
Yeah.
And now that he's gotten older and that he's producing and shit now and getting to different vibes and experimenting, he's starting to like find his lane, a different type of records that he's doing now. I fuck with that. You can hear the growth to me.
I do like listening. I do like seeing some of these young dudes that come in. I don't know how better to say it, but just like come in doing dumb shit and it gets a lot of attention and they pop. And then you can kind of see with a lot of them after that initial run is done, it's like,
what you gonna do with it?
I've actually got to do something here. And I think like you talk about somebody that starts producing a little bit and stuff on the side too. Then I feel like you get to see that they actually do care about music.
Right.
And then try to start evolving a little bit. I like to see that.
Right. Exactly. You've seen a lot of people from QC's label, which he signed to. I seen Lil Baby. His first hit Ring Off, he had just recently started rapping.
Yeah.
And we've seen the progression of him over the past few years and how well he got rapping. So it's just like, initially you can tell that it's like people look at it as a way to make some money. I got a little name for myself where I'm at. I could probably do this. But then once they get in it and they pop off, like you said, you see which way they go. Are they going to just veer off and people forget about them, or are they going to start adding on to what they're doing and getting better? And that's what I see from them. That's what we see.
Well, this kind of goes along with the thing I was telling you about earlier, that video I saw of Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
I think it's an old interview. I have no idea how old it was. I was just scrolling Instagram or something and it popped up on the Reels or whatever. Somebody asked him some question and he was talking about like being out in public and some kid ran into him on the street and was like, yo, you're that dude from Ridiculousness. And he was like, from that moment changed my life. And like, he was being serious about it. Like he wasn't even laughing or anything. I thought he was kind of making a joke about it. Like I didn't want to be known for that, but he was like really serious. Like that moment changed my life. From that point forward, I deleted it's had to have been old. He was talking about deleting his Vine and other shit. Yeah, he was like, I deleted all the goofy, funny videos I did on Instagram. And he was like, I did not want to be known as the guy that does funny stuff. Like I really put my life into this music and I want to be known as an artist. Yeah. And yeah, I told you when Yachty had put out that album a couple weeks back, that was like really weird, not really much hip hop sounding. I had just read him say something very similar, where he was like, "I want to be taken serious as an artist."
Because he came out as more like childish, so you could just tell, like,
that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Once I hear one of these guys say that they want to be taken more serious as an artist, I legit start to take them more serious as an artist.
Because you could tell that they taking it serious.
Yeah, I'm not. You put on a song that's got a good beat or whatever and has some catchy lines, like, I'm going to listen to it for sure. And it's going to do its job. But I don't really have much respect for that, personally. So once I see somebody take things more serious and like actually put in thought or effort into whatever they're doing, I'm not that impressed with the fact that you can make a hit and make a bunch of money, even if that's all you want to do. Yeah. Like, good for you. No disrespect, but that doesn't impress me.
Because a lot of the times the hit and all the eyes ain't necessarily just what you did. There's a lot of the powers that be and people around you putting you in position to do that shit. So, yeah, that makes a difference. That can be, fucking, I can't even think of the term I was trying to look, but smoke and mirrors type of situation where it's like, is this guy really talented? Could he really, like, pull out bangers like that, or is they just hyping this song up because he a priority right now?
Yeah, right time, right situation and stuff. Yeah, I look at people very differently once I kind of hear that in an interview, or you can see it in the actual music. With Tyler, like, I don't know how old that clip was, but those last couple albums he put out, it's a totally different. Like, he could always rap
albums. Well. Back-to-back Grammy-winning albums.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
That's nuts. Going from like, you probably couldn't even attach a song to his name before then.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
He could always rap well, but like, you were knowing him more for eating cockroaches in the video than like his music. Now he's like a legitimate hip hop artist. Yeah, totally different.
Yeah, it's dope. Love to see it.
What other new music were you listening to?
New music, M.A.C and Lucci put out a record I thought was pretty dope. It's good to hear both of them on the song together. They did a lot of records together in the past. Of course, I think M.A.C might still be locked up right now, and Lucci is locked up for a minute.
Yeah, I believe they both are.
So
I heard that, and I don't know if it just sounds similar to another song I've heard before.
Probably. They've done a few records that kind of sound similar to that.
Yeah, I almost felt like I've heard M.A.C use that hook before.
Maybe. He put
I
a lot of music
to it once. I don't remember it enough, but I did listen to that one actually.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. And the rest, what I got, I think I talked about the Currency album a couple weeks ago. That joint came out with him and JD. That shit pretty solid.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That shit is pretty solid. And just a few little features. Fabio put out a feature. Kodak put out a feature. I'm sure Word would talk about that if he was here.
Yeah, I was surprised we didn't get anything mentioned about that.
Right, I listened to it and it's not good, but the beat came on hard, but then he started doing his I'm a rhyme to my own beat type shit, and was like, all right, I can't really stick with this.
Off that, huh?
Yeah.
I feel you. Well, if you didn't like it, I'm sure I won't.
Yeah, so I was good on that, but that's about it for now. The rest of a few little singles not worthy of speaking on too much.
Did you listen at all to Young Blue album or NLE?
I didn't listen to NLE. I did listen to some of Young Blue's album, and that was pretty good. It was pretty decent. It was a solid record.
I remember liking a lot of the last one, so that's one I definitely want to listen to, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, I like Young Blue.
Did you listen to that SZA Doja Cat feature? Talking about her rapping on it?
I did not.
I didn't hear that. I just didn't know. I've been seeing
both of them, or just SZA? Oh,
it's the Kill Bill. They did like a remix to it.
Oh, okay. I like that record. I like that Kill Bill song.
I did too. Yeah, I like the original. I didn't hear the newer one, but
I didn't hear that.
They were talking about Doja was going to try to like really rap on that. I got to hear it just to hear it.
Interesting. Might check that out.
Did you check out? Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj.
I seen the video.
Yeah, me too.
This is great. This is a great video.
I watched the
video. Video was fire. I like that. That song kind of hard too, to be honest with you. It beat hard, but it's like one of them Jones. Like I can't be like just listening to the song.
Nah, of course not. Of course not. When I watched the video and heard this song the one time though, like to me, it was kind of like, I don't think this is like a profound statement, but for me, it was like a moment where it's like, Nicki is so much further ahead than these girls still.
Yeah, it's been that way.
Like I knew she was like the queen or whatever, but just skill wise, like I don't think Ice Spice got some catchy songs that I've heard, but like I don't think anything high of like her rapping. I don't think anything is special about that. You get on a song with Nicki and like
she got some hard drill beats, New York drill beats, and it's dope. It's kind of dope, but she ain't rapping that.
Nah, you could tell the difference bigger than I expected to notice.
Nicki is like female rappers' future. Like you can tell that they all are just her kids at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like in some form of fashion, they was a fan. You know what I'm saying? Some form of fashion, they was a fan coming up.
Yeah, how could you not?
You could just see it.
If you're a female rapper.
It just is what it is. It's gonna be hard to catch her or get anywhere close to where she is.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just a reminder to me of how big the gap was. I was kind of blown away.
Pretty much.
But
solid.
You said that was it for the new music?
Yeah, that's about it. All that I checked out, that it is.
Oh, well, I just, you got your plug?
I do.
That clip you were talking about for Jim Jones?
Oh, yeah. Jim Jones was doing like a Zoom interview thing with a few people last week, and he had a lot of, shit he wanted to get off. One in particular was some shit he had to say about Pusha T, which is very random to me. That I didn't see the full conversation. Of course, it's just this clip, so I don't know how they got on this topic. But I think a few weeks ago, what magazine was that they put out their top 50 lists? I can't remember what it was, Complex or something, or some shit like that. They put out a top 50 list. There was a lot of back and forth about that. I guess they were speaking on that. So he had this to say.
The artists on this Billboard list, I feel like should be on here.
Should?
Yeah.
You don't think Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?
Wow. What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't get?
Wow. That's a shot.
All by his side.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice as he can rap his ass. He can rap his ass of what has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil. But we don't talk about rap where that's popping and then gonna be like, I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T.
50? You won't put
career wise, like he's been a member of the Clips. He's been a part of Kanye's entourage. He has no solo classic songs himself.
He's been a part of classic.
Yeah, been a part of it.
Lord willing.
Been a part of it. Then Pusha T's the only artist
before Pusha T.
Easily. Jim Jones is on before Pusha T.
But I'm saying you can put whoever you want ahead of him. You're saying he's not.
Cameron before Pusha T.
Easily.
Bro, you go in these clubs, I don't know no records they play in the club where we're gonna Pusha T. They don't play outside.
Regardless of all that, Push is not in y'all's top 50.
Maybe one classic song that Pusha T put out by himself.
Like he's in a rap group with his brother. You think that just negates him because he's a part of a group?
NBA Youngboy before Pusha T.
No, that's wild, Jim.
NBA Youngboy before Pusha T.
That's crazy. What do you? What? Nah, Jim just trying to get everybody mad.
Pusha T around out here. You heard?
Jim trying to get everybody mad. That's Jim.
All right, we gotta get the point of it. Mad disrespect was being said from Jim Jones in this conversation. How you feel about that? From what you heard,
I don't have a strong take on the top 50 argument.
Right,
50 is so many people.
That's a lot.
That like you really have to sit down and like research what you're doing, go through full catalogs, check out like 150 to 200 rappers to like really narrow it down and have a set list. So
exactly,
I got no opinion on that one way or the other. for me, he's a top 50, but that's like my personal favorite, like what I like the most. He's probably top 15, top 10. Right. And I wouldn't expect that to be the same for most other people that listen to hip hop. So I don't have a strong take on that. The Jim Jones thing. So I can't remember what else it's been. But I feel like I've seen nothing but Jim Jones the last 3 weeks on social media.
In this same interview, he had a back and forth about saying that Drake is the best rapper. He's eclipsed Jay-Z now, and Drake is the best rapper of all time. Yeah. He said that in the same interview.
I didn't even see that. Yeah. But that does kind of lead me to my next point on it is Drake has shown Diplomats a bunch of love.
Yeah, he brought him out at Apollo a few months ago.
They clearly have like a friendship. Yeah. So I think attaching yourself to Drake is a genius move no matter who you are. Yeah. And to me, the obvious Pusha T hate was a product of...
Shows a little bias.
I'm riding with this man, so fuck Pusha T.
Shows a little bias. But I ain't never known the Jim and Pusha to have any issues, so to speak. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. Right. But... the fact that, you've been with Drake a lot recently, you obviously siding with Drake because he's siding on your side of things. So taking shots at Pusha in this moment seems kind of odd. We ain't never heard you spoke this way about Pusha ever in life. Yeah. So to do that now, it seems kind of random and a little biased. And so it's just like, I don't think that was necessary. Throwing a little coke shot, talk about coke that he probably never sold. That's a line that Drake has said in his disses to Pusha. Yeah. Like literally. So it's just like, come on, like.
How much you getting paid for this, Jim?
Like, what are we doing, Jim? Like, Jim don't usually do this type of antics, talk about people in his way, but so it seems kind of odd just looking at it. And, first of all, I fuck with Jim Jones. I've been riding for Jim Jones, especially in his recent years and albums. He's been putting out some fire. Jim Jones wouldn't be in the top 50 to me. No. So, and then he said Young Boy's in there and not Push. It's like...
He also said Big Sean, which...
I heard the Big Sean
also
part.
Think is why.
It's like, dog, first of all, again, when we're making a top 50 list, like you said, we're talking about a lot of rappers you have to put into this equation. But longevity has to be in the requirements of being in the top 50 to me. Yeah, for real. Pusha T came out in 2001. Right. And he's still here and pretty damn relevant to this day. Yeah. That has to say something. So comparing other people, putting other people in front of them, saying not top 50, it ain't a lot of people that's been around for 20 years. It's not that many. So that should put you in the upper echelon alone, saying that you've been here since 2001. Like, agree off the bat. So I don't like it. It's look a little fishy. You rock with Drake, so I don't think it was necessary. But you showing your bias right here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I put no stock in it right away just because of the him and Drake ties. But I mentioned I've been seeing him everywhere. I think he was the one talking about the rematch with the Locks on the verses.
Heard that.
Oh, I saw some joint going on Facebook where he was like, oh, I don't think it was a skirt. I think it was just some shorts, but he was wearing some shorts and these like dress shoes with him, like just looking crazy. And there was like Jim Jones with the fashion. I just feel like Jim Jones been doing a lot right now. I don't know if he's trying to get attention for music or what, but I think it was a good headline.
Look a little funny in the light once you stand next to Drake. Now you popping a little extra shit. Like we saw what happened to you in the verses. So you and your old squad.
You don't want that rematch.
I don't know if you want to rematch that. I think I seen Jada respond and he said he was down to do the rematch. Obviously he's confident. Why not? Obviously he's confident. He got a lot more. His numbers went up after that shit. So why wouldn't he want to do that again? But Jim, you gotta. I know it's that Harlem in you, so you gotta pop your shit a little bit.
Yeah, I hate that shit too.
It's a little extra, bro. But I fuck with you, Jim. But
I can't listen to people from Harlem.
I don't understand all the shots. I don't understand all the shots, but it is what it is. We see what's going on.
Top 50 is crazy though. Like I do like those lists and stuff. Like a lot. Some from somebody like B. or something like that. That's like actually trying to look through full catalogs, really trying to like get the whole landscape, not leave out guys that aren't as famous and that kind of thing. Yeah. But the average person doesn't know what they're talking about. I couldn't do it. I couldn't put together a top 50 list and like be impartial and include, dudes from the 90s that I wasn't listening to and stuff. Like it's just too much. So you gotta be like a real historian to be able to do that for real.
It's a lot that goes into it. I would think. But People love lists, so they're never going to stop.
No, they do. They do. They're great topics to talk about.
Damn right. But I think that was all we had on music, so to speak.
Do you want to talk about the documentary?
What, the Freaknik joint?
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
Yeah, supposedly, I think Hulu is dropping a Freaknik documentary. I think JD and somebody else, I can't forget the other person, are producing it, other people that's behind it.
Oh, really?
And, gotta hide your kids, hide your wife out here. Because some people gonna get exposed when this shit come out.
I've been seeing people I've been seeing it talked about as like a really serious discussion. Like,
yeah, because
they shouldn't put it out because there's people with like real professional jobs now that it could be in real trouble. And that's your fault.
I understand. People like the content. I'm sure it's gonna be fire. I'm gonna watch it. I gotta see what's going on. There's been a lot of random clips going on the internet from it as well.
Yeah,
but Freaknik was before my time. That was like 90s, early 90s, mid 90s thing. I think it ended at like 98 or some shit like that. But from what I hear, it was a wild time. It was a wild time.
It's everything.
Actually, it was a lot of cameras, which is odd because you don't get a lot of footage. But obviously, there's a lot of footage that they say has never been seen before. So people gonna be in trouble out here.
Probably so.
It's gonna be tough. But I think some things should just be left alone. Cause it's like, how sensitive this era is, but people like that shit that takes it over the line a little bit. So I get it, but it's like,
oh, so you're leaning towards like they shouldn't put this out.
Yeah, no, it was just a different time back then. Like the shit that you did back then was not going down in this day and age. So I think
you think so.
Yeah,
I mean, look,
yeah,
I know that there's
a reason why it's still not going. It's not going on anymore. Why they stopped it? Like, it's a reason why it hasn't continued.
The stuff that would be like really problematic today, I don't see getting on the documentary.
Then what would be the point?
Because
what would be the point of it? Cause I
think they're just going to show how freaky and wild it was.
But I see the
like
preview
from
of
today's standards to back then standards, like women being wild and freaky is not a problem. The only stuff that's changed from back then to now is like the consent type stuff. Yeah. So you're not going to see like on the documentary somebody like being a little bit more forceful than what would be allowed today from like a man trying to press it type thing.
Right.
I think they're just going to show the girls being freaky and wild, and that stuff always sells.
Of course. But I think I seen in the preview, they had little clips of it, a preview of it, basically going around about how like girls was getting mauled down that joint type shit. Like they gonna take it to that like a serious level.
Gotcha. Well, I mean that wouldn't be surprising that they do go that route with it.
They gonna try to serious it out a little bit. There's a lot of clips that came out just like girl being in the middle of the crowd and all the guys just start snatching her clothes up off of her type shit like shit like that. So I think they might take it a little serious.
I wouldn't be surprised by that angle. Like if it wasn't JD and whoever else you had mentioned, because it seems like they would not want to shed it in too negative of a light. You know what I mean?
You would think so.
I'm going to watch it too. I mean, I'm going to be too curious not to watch it. Plus, whenever it drops, everybody is going to be talking about it. So,
of course,
I want to stay relevant a little bit there.
Something interesting to look at. I liked that 99 Woodstock dog. Did you ever watch that?
I did watch that. There was two of them. I watched both of them.
It showed how they was wilding back then. That's how crazy that shit was. So I think I said that. I was like, yo, the concerts and festivals they was having in the 90s, bro. Y'all mad at Travis Scott shit? Like, yo, they was fucking wilding back then.
Burning the whole thing.
It was a whole different level. So it's like, we didn't came a long way. So since back then. But, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I think they like kind of get away with like showing all of the craziness and like 3/4 of the doc being like how wild and fun it was. Mm-hmm. And then at the very end, they'll kind of slip in like, but there were bad parts that we don't condone.
Exactly.
And then they can kind of like wash their hands. Like we pointed out the fun stuff, but we're not a part of this bad.
I appreciate that a little bit more if they show both sides. Cause obviously people went down there to have some fucking fun.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll be the case.
Of course there's going to be a bad side to it. When you ever talk about sexualizing and people being freaky and wild and partying, it's going to be some bad sides to it. I just hope they show both and not make it like it was just this horrible experience.
Right.
I think that shit lasted for like 10 years. It started in like late 80s.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously motherfucker was having a good time, and then at a certain point, shit got a little out of control, so they had to shut it down.
Yeah. I think it'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah. where we at.
Anything else? I think that was all the stuff I had written down. Anything else? Did you say you had something else on this AI stuff?
Well, I mean, oh yeah, the AI shit. Shit is getting real, dog. I don't know if you've been seeing shit that's been coming out, but the AI shit's starting to get good. They're like, it's starting to sound exactly like them. Like before, it was like a little robotic still. You could still hear that it was like computerized, but now they've been putting out some records. I seen a whole Rihanna scroll of things. She was just doing hit records again. It sound amazing. It was just like, yo, this shit might be a little scary. I seen Universal has put out some shit to like tell streaming sites to not allow people to post those type of songs and shit. So obviously, if the big labels are starting to respond to it, they see an issue going to happen from it too. Like if motherfuckers can put out songs with using superstars' voices on them, that can get crazy. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's wild. I get why it's scary to a lot of people. I was reading some other stuff that was like talking about there's been multiple different things that have come up within the music industry that were like feared to be the end of music as we know it kind of thing.
Yeah,
Napster being one of the things that it was just like, yo, if you just get all music for free anywhere, like how is music going to sell and stuff? Yeah. And I think it'll take a little bit, but there's going to be something put in place that is going to figure out how to prevent it from being like somebody can just make a Drake album without using Drake. Like I just don't see it getting to that point. So I understand it being scary and stuff to the artist, you know, because this is everything that they do, everything they're putting their work into. But I just don't see a way that it's going to be like it taking over and you go on Spotify and listen to your favorite artist without having to listen to I just don't see that. But there's going to be a lot of new stuff that comes out that's going to be like really weird. And then you're going to have to react and figure out how to prevent this. Like there's going to be a lot of give and take and stuff, but I don't think it's going to be.
I heard this one, you know, that Jimmy Cook's record with Drake getting on 21. I heard a version with Kanye and Travis Scott Kanye and Lil Uzi was doing it.
Oh, wow.
Each part. That shit sounded crazy. I was like, yo, this shit really sound like they just made this record. Like, this shit sound exactly like them. I was like, that shit is scary. That shit is scary. But it's tight, though. It's scary, but it's still tight. I was like, yo, this shit is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's not, I feel like it's not going to be that hard I think they will put in some kind of laws to it, like copyright type laws, and will prevent it from being able to be something like where you're able to monetize this stuff off of it. Right. So I think that part gets figured out fairly easily. The part that I think is going to have like a bigger impact on music and stuff is we've already talked about how like a label and stuff can kind of generate a star out of nowhere kind of thing. Yeah. I think and me and you have kind of shared similar sentiments about like how easy it's become to make music. Yeah. And you don't have to have this crazy talent. You can put this type of stuff on your vocals. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff that couldn't be done before. So like the real genuine talent that we used to have is not necessary anymore because it can be digitalized or whatever. I think that's going to be like the big downfall of how this negatively impacts music.
Facts.
Is you're not going to have people that are overly concerned with learning the craft the way that like it's always been learned and trying to become great. They've got a cheat sheet already. They've got a way to just do it easy and make money. And anytime money is involved, they're going to continue to press whatever button can make money easier.
Yeah.
And it's going to be AI.
The big motherfuckers is putting out music fast now. Yeah. Wait till you can get AI generate lyrics and whole songs together and shit like.
Too easy.
You can be able to put out an album a week type shit like.
Definitely. So I think it'll be negative overall, like for the quality of music, like being genuine. Yeah. But computers can always do stuff better than us. That's my whole thing.
That's all technology is to make us lazier. To make it more efficiently, be able to do something and make us not have to put in the extra time to do certain stuff where you can just hit a button and it can be done. That's all it is. So it's going to hurt the creativity and making music and shit at some point. But with every new technology or thing that comes about, the cream still rises above the crop. Hopefully. So to speak. Or you hope for it, but it's up to this point, the cream has risen to the top in most spaces.
Yeah.
In most cases. So we'll see how it work out, but That shit getting real. Motherfuckers getting nice with that shit.
Yeah, I see a lot of artists freaking out about it. So it is interesting. It's going to be just, that's the only word I got for it. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. It's going to happen regardless. So they're going to have to figure out how to deal with it.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get into some sports here before we go full basketball the rest of the way.
Yeah.
A couple big football moves took place.
Yes, indeed.
I think this was last week while we were off.
Yeah.
Odell to the Ravens.
Odell to the Ravens. Extra moves to get Lamar back, huh?
Pretty big move. I thought it was a really great move by the Ravens.
Yeah, you got to.
I thought it was like a good way to. I still hold on to the fact I think they're going to get a deal done. I think Lamar's staying with Baltimore, and I think they get like a 4 or 5 year deal done. I don't think he's coming back this season playing on some franchise stuff.
Right.
So I think they're going to get it done anyway. And obviously, with the negotiation, they're going to have to come up a little bit on whatever money they've been offering right now, and Lamar's going to have to come down some. But I thought this was like a good move to, first of all, save face a little bit in that one of the big sticking points that people have been talking about is how they haven't given him any receivers. So you'll get a legit big name receiver. And I think it just helps the sales pitch to him in that ultimately money is going to still be the thing that gets the deal done. But it's like, we're giving you a real opportunity, our best opportunity possible to you be your best self.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good move for them to make. And I think that deal gets done eventually at some point.
Odell and what's his name? Rashad Bateman. Across from each other, it's gonna be pretty nice.
Yeah, not bad.
It's pretty nice.
Not bad. How long has he been out now? All of last year?
All last year.
He was in the Super Bowl.
He's been out for a year, yeah.
So he should be fully back to ready. There's not like any kind of lingering stuff you would, I'm sure there'll be an adjustment period, but it's not like he's going to be missing the first couple of weeks or nothing like that. He's ready to rock.
Get at least a good half off season to get acquainted and everything. So I think it'll work out well.
I think so too.
It should be fine. But, big money out here being made.
But seemingly everybody but Lamar. Every single quarterback is signing crazy deals right now.
To add more insult to injury, motherfucking Jalen Hurts got his bag. His stupid bag. Got his extension from Philly. And has made him the highest paid player in NFL history, they say. By
average... by annual salary.
By year, yeah. Like 51
a year.
Sheesh.
I forget. I think it was Rodgers is at 50 at number 2.
Yeah, I think it was like 50 or 49, something like that.
But yeah, highest overall annual salary ends up getting. So I saw reports saying 180 million guaranteed. I saw other stuff saying it's 110 guaranteed at signing. And then I saw other places, the places that I could trust the most for, salary stuff, spotrack.com. They were talking about like, I forget the wording they used, not practical. But it was like practically the guaranteed amount. It was saying it's basically 180. And what I took from it was whatever the original signing bonus of the 110 is, plus whatever the 50 something per year he's going to make. Basically after year 1, he'll have $180 million. So
sheesh.
That also honestly seems like that would be helpful for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Just because they can now.
Not as much as Deshaun's.
Yeah, they can point to another contract that is going to be in the ballpark of what Lamar's going to get eventually anyway, without it being in the 200 million range.
Yeah.
So I think that probably helps them. But I think they did this extension a year early on Hurts. Did you see anything about that?
Yeah, it is a year early. They had another year on.
What do you think about that?
Man, took you out of the Super Bowl, yeah. You gotta lock him in. Like, you don't want to have that lingering all next season. That's all they talking about every game, what they gonna do. You want to get that shit out the way. He's taking you to the Super Bowl. He's obviously your franchise QB. Lock him down. Did the right thing.
And this is, I hate to keep talking about Lamar, but this was kind of the knock that I had on the Ravens, is they let it go till the final hour trying to play tough ball. And at the end, then you get to the end of the season and they've got all these questions now about he's coming off an injury. Should he come back to the playoffs? You sign your guy back and erase all that stuff. Plus, yesterday's price is not today's price, son. Exactly. This shit is going to keep going up. Exactly. So you may as well extend him now so you're not paying next year's extension for 55
just think if y'all held out and didn't do it and he take y'all to the Super Bowl again. that price going up, bro.
Give me 70.
That price going up.
Give me
you gonna give me a
70.
Deshaun Watson contract now, so you better get this shit out the way and lock me in. I think that another thing that was interesting is that first no trade clause.
That's huge.
In Eagles history.
That's honestly worth, I don't know what you'd put a price tag on that, but there's not many football players that have that.
Obviously, the Eagles ain't never did it ever.
Yeah.
It's their first time ever giving a no trade clause.
I don't know of that many that have it. Yeah. There may be more than that I'm aware of, but in other sports, it's not fairly common, but it's not unusual. You see a no trade clause in baseball or basketball.
Yeah, NFL don't be doing that shit too often.
That's big.
That's huge. That's huge. So now you know you really good for at least the next 4 seasons.
Right.
Like, I mean, even then with a no trade clause, you good for the whole contract.
Yeah, you're gonna have to release me.
Yeah, you gotta let me go. So
he's not gonna be old at that point. He can go somewhere else if they
get another
did that.
bag. So yeah, that's great. I mean, hey, this is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Fucking franchise QBs are a dime a dozen out here. You're just not gonna find them in every draft. You got a guy. He's obviously proven to you that he's capable of taking you all the way to the distance, at least getting you there. You gotta lock him down.
I agree.
You gotta lock him down.
Plus all the leadership stuff that we saw from him last year. Like that is the leader of your team. Yeah. You do whatever you got to do. I thought it was a great move for everybody.
They run through a wall for him. They do anything for him.
Pretty much.
So you gotta lock him down.
Agreed.
So makes sense. Shout out to him. Big bag.
Yeah, good football moves.
Big bag.
NBA season, though. It's NBA time right now.
Playoffs and the play-ins.
The play-in games. What did you think of the play-in games overall?
I thought they were decent. They were decent. I mean, I think they were better last year. I feel like it was a lot more on the line for certain teams that got in the play-in last year, but this year kind of made sense for who moved on and who didn't. Well, I think it was solid. I mean, it's basically like an extension of playoff basketball to me.
Yeah, I don't remember last year's, to be honest, and I think it was the first game. I don't even remember most of the games. This feels like a long time ago. Mm-hmm. I think after the first game, I was thinking to myself, like, this game kind of sucked. That was the Bulls Heat, right?
Yeah, they kind of
one of the very first early games.
No, he played the Hawks. The Hawks whooped the Heat.
That's what it was. Yeah. It was just like this game kind of sucked. Yeah, but I like the tournament.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's reminiscent of NCAA. You got a single game, you got to win. It just makes it interesting, no matter who's in it. And I don't really respect any of the teams that were involved. The Lakers is probably the closest to being a team that you need to respect. But
yeah,
it was a fun tournament. I enjoyed it.
It was good. It worked out. Everything happened how it's supposed to happen.
What do you think about DeMar not bringing his daughter to game 2?
I think he messed up. I was telling you don't keep your daughter, go back to school and shit, but Dyer DeRozan?
Yeah.
She was a pivotal part in y'all winning that game in Toronto.
They missed 18 free throws.
50% from the line.
18 for 36.
That is horrible. And she was obviously the main reason because they was in Toronto. So, the crowd gets quiet when you're shooting your free throws at home. So she was literally all that you could hear every time they shot her free throw.
She was so fucking loud.
Sitting right there at the baseline, right in your face, so you could hear every scream that she did, and that shit fucking worked.
She was screaming like she was getting murdered. Yes, son.
There's no way you can't ignore it.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
The whole arena is quiet. She's the only person you can hear.
I was watching something else on TV. Yeah. And watching the game on silent on the computer. I'm so glad I didn't have the sound on. After the game ended and I was on Twitter, I kept seeing her posted.
Yeah.
So I finally clicked on the video and heard how loud she was screaming.
Yeah.
Bro, I was blown away.
You can literally hear it watching it on TV. You can hear it every single time because the arena's silent. They silent for the home team when they shooting their free throws. So that shit was effective. Give her an award.
I told you this right after it happened, but the Raptors. Fuck the Raptors. Yeah. I was so excited to see them get bounced. They should be way better than they are, first of all.
Yeah,
I just want to get that out there. They have a legitimate team.
Yeah,
they should be way better than what they are. But a couple months back, midway through the season, I'm gambling. I got a huge parlay, but I don't usually bet this much on a single play. Put $50 on four picks.
Ooh.
They're the last leg. They were by far the biggest odds to win out of the parlay that I had.
Right.
Up 14 going into the fourth quarter and lose the fourth quarter by like 30 points or some shit. Get blown out.
Horrible.
I would have won $950 on that. So ever since then, I've had a vendetta against the Raptors, and I was more than ecstatic to see them get knocked out first game, go home, enjoy the playoffs, watch from Cabo. It's not going down this year.
Yeah. Shout out to Van Fleet, though. You know, you catch me on them threes, though, but
that boy
y'all hold
play.
that L.
Him and Siakam are too good.
Yeah, they're nice.
To not be a better team than what they were. And they got good complementary pieces on top of that. But those are the two dogs.
Yep.
And they were not impressive.
That's how it go, man.
Lakers squeaked by the Timberwolves in that opening night.
They did. Squeak by.
They won. What can you say? Timberwolves look kind of garbage, but going into that game, so I forgot I guess it was the last game of the season when Rudy Gobert and Kyle Anderson decided to duke it out in the huddle.
Weak ass punch you do.
Rudy Gobert's got to be the most hated player in the league, right? Like the most hated amongst the players.
I don't know if I'll make him the most hated, but it's been a lot of he's had a lot of issues with teammates.
Lots.
Like we've seen it with him and Donovan Mitchell when he was with Utah. They had it beefing issues.
Mitchell didn't even want to pass him the ball.
Yeah, like they got him out of there. Then that whole haul that they gave up to trade to get him was ridiculous. This is also during the time when the KD shit was going on. So I was like, damn, they giving all this up for fucking Rudy Gobert. You got to give your whole team up and all the picks to get KD. So that shit was crazy. And obviously that shit don't look good now. After you seen how they been, I mean, I think they in the playoffs, but no, they didn't make the playoffs.
Utah didn't make the playoffs.
Utah didn't make the playoffs, but
they got a guy that was like in the runnings for Defensive Player of the Year. I think Kessler. If not, he was one of the top rebounders.
And Markkanen was nice.
They basically replaced Gobert with a rookie.
Yeah,
got Markkanen and 1,700 draft picks.
Yeah,
I just think Gobert had mad teammate issues, like you just said. Could go down as one of the worst trades in NBA history.
Probably.
Still is remembered as the guy that shut down the NBA when COVID took over.
Forgot about that.
Touching all the mics and shit. And he just doesn't have a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
So he's not like a fan favorite.
No.
I've never heard anybody say anything good about Gobert other than he plays good defense. And they said that like 2 years ago. That wasn't the talk of him this year. On top of that, the Timberwolves, I was seeing that their record was better without him.
For real?
Yeah, because we said back when they made the trade, him and Towns don't work together.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't work in today's NBA to put these two massive 7-footers out there, and Gobert's just terrible offensively.
Exactly.
Horrible.
I think I seen some, I forget who said it while I was looking at. But somebody said something like Rudy sees himself like he thinks he's Giannis.
I heard this too.
It was something like, I think he thinks of himself as like as good as Giannis.
I think it had to have been like in one of the pregame things with Will Bond and Stephen A. or something.
I think it was something like that. I was like, oh, that explains a lot why his teammates don't fuck with him. You think you something that you not, bro. Like, who do you think you are? Like,
you're more a nice guy, Rodman.
I think him winning that Defensive Player of the Year and shit got him thinking like he on that level with the other great centers in the league. And fucking newsflash, dog, you not them.
No.
You not that, ain't never been that, ain't never gonna be that. Like, you a good blocker, you get rebounds. That's where it stops.
I've never seen somebody with a worse offensive game.
Yeah, you're horrible in offense.
Andre Drummond is the only one that comes to mind.
Horrible.
Like, he got stuffed on an alley-oop in one of these games. I don't know if it was the play-in or game one. Alley-oop get blocked by the front of the rim. He's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, you delusional, my dad.
What are we doing?
When I heard that, it's like, oh, that explains a lot. That explains a lot why his teammates be on his ass. Like, oh, you think you young? You can't even make a shot. Like, what the fuck you think this is?
Yeah, there's levels, my guy.
Yeah, he gotta draw that shit back a little bit, but I don't know if he will now.
Nah, I mean, I think it's done at this point.
You done
Minnesota's kind of screwed.
They give that haul up to get you. You really think you that now? After that trade, after that much they gave up to get you, like, do you really think you that? So it's hard to remove that from somebody's head once they made up their mind that, like, I'm this caliber player.
Plus, you can't move on from them because of everything that you gave up.
Exactly.
They're kind of stuck with
this motherfucker.
4 more years or something.
Now y'all stuck with them, but you know, I hate the Timberwolves altogether, to be honest with you. I ain't never been a fan of Cat. So him and Gobert together is just like a double tandem of softness to me. So it's like,
I like Anthony Edwards, but I don't particularly care for the Wolves that much. Also in that last game of the season, Jaden McDaniels punching the wall where he breaks his hand and is done for the playoffs. Timberwolves were obviously going to be a long shot anyway. They're in the play-in game. Yeah. But that was a killer. I think if they had both of those guys available, they very well may not have lost to the Lakers and been the 7th seed. Yeah. Now they're the 8th seed, and they're going to get smacked by the Nuggets, but we'll get to that.
Not to mention them letting D'Lo go to the Lakers. Like, what is y'all doing? But obviously, they said D'Lo had issues with Rudy Gobert, too. Yeah. They was beefing, so, hey, now you got to deal with that shit.
Not a good look. Anything else from the play-in stuff?
Not really. I like the Thunder. The Thunder did win their first play-in, but they lost the second one. Yeah. The Thunder are probably in one of the best positions in the league right now. So as far as their future goes,
arguably the best.
Like they have a super high talented young squad. You got guys averaging over 30 points a game. Like they got like picks through like the next 4 or 5 years, like first round picks.
They got 3 picks this year in the first round. And
if they can win Minyama, if they can fucking win Minyama, it's gonna be. And they already got Chet. He ain't played this season.
That's what I was just about to say.
He's coming back.
You can count Chet as like a 4th first round pick because he hasn't even played this year.
They played their cards right because they got a bright fucking future.
Dort is a good piece. Yeah. Shai's a monster.
Jalen Williams, he was in the running for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that's right. He was the top 3. Yep. Giddey's a beast. I mean, they got pieces all over the place. They're going to have to figure out how to get that second, like, top tier score. I don't know if that's somebody they draft or if they try to get some of these picks to somebody else in a trade or something.
Somebody like that. I think they need a nice point guard, I think. Will help them out a lot.
You think?
Who's that point guard right there? I can't even think of who that is. Who? Is Shot a point guard? I thought he was the shooting guard.
He's the guard that handles
takes the ball up and shit.
Giddey's a passer. He can.
They do have him
kind of pass off as a point guard, but
they got him listed as a point guard.
I think I think they need to get they need the 6'8" wing guy.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
They need a wing guy. I think that would be their move.
Win me. You can win Minyama. It's a wrap.
Yeah, anybody that gets that is going to be.
You can put him anywhere.
Blessed beyond their years, but
I want to give a shout out to them because they look solid. It's a solid young squad. They're one of the few teams that took the same route that Boston did when we traded away Paul Pierce and KG and them all at once. Because we got mad picks from that, and then we ended up drafting Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. We ended up, all our guys that we got on the team now, we drafted them because of trading those guys. It's a hard road to get because, like, we ain't been in the mix for almost 10 years now, so to speak. But in the last few years, that shit has paid off.
Yeah, it's the best way to reset. You're just going to struggle for a minute, but make the right picks, and you're set for a long future.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like them. They're fun to watch. They're a team that if I see that they're on, I'll watch just because, they're going to be fun and the game's going to be 130 to 125. Yeah. Which is always fun to watch.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to them because they almost made the fucking playoffs while having all these fucking first picks in this draft. So that would have been crazy, but they had a solid season. They got a bright future.
Agreed. But, this is the actual playoffs now.
Yeah, let's get it. Thunder, he got put out. First games was Saturday, first round. Celtics Hawks, not too much to get in on that. Handled business in the Garden. Wasn't worried at all. I didn't get to see none of the game. I was working, but I wasn't really worried about that first game in Boston.
Nah, they got no chance. They got no chance. That's going to be a quick. I expect that one to be 4-0. If they see game 5, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, hopefully.
There's not a lot to talk about there, but stuff I have been seeing recently is rumors about Trae Young being tradable now. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that. That's wild.
I don't think it's like I haven't seen the rumors as in like he's garbage and they should get rid of him. But I think kind of just like maybe he's not going to be the way for them to make it past where they've been. Like they've consistently made it about this far. And I wouldn't say the Murray thing didn't work out. They're in the playoffs. Yeah. But I don't think bringing in Murray saved them or turned them into like the next level team that they were expecting.
Right.
So they're just talking about he may be a piece that the ownership would now be willing to trade, where a year or two ago he was like, this guy's the next dude. We would never let anybody get him, kind of thing.
That's a tough spot to be in, because there isn't kind of like, because the East is just so top heavy that it's just like, you're going to need an actual, like, a real superstar to come over to even try to contend in the East at this point.
Yeah.
So it's a tough spot to be in. Can't say that it wouldn't be smart to trade him, but like I said, if you could get a guy, like a real guy, then I see it making sense. But at this point, you got to ride it out, because ain't nobody, too many of those guys available right now. Y'all ain't gonna get too many high draft picks.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. It's like it's just a tough spot, because I think he's a really good player.
Yeah, he's solid. But
as far as like being able to carry a team, we've talked about this before. It's just hard to carry a team when you're a little dude, when you're a guard.
Yeah.
Like even for Dame, like Dame can go off and put up crazy points and stuff, but he can't carry the team the way that a KD, LeBron, and these other dudes that we've seen do it. Different. And Trey is even smaller and is a terrible defender.
I think the only way it would work if they get them like a super elite big man.
Yeah.
If you get Trae Young a super elite big man, like he tried to, you've seen signs of him and Capella the past few seasons. They had some good chemistry and shit. But you need somebody better than Capella. Because if you get that, with that type of pick and roll action with him and DeJounte Murray, that shit could be lethal.
They're a team that probably should have been trying to get involved when there was rumors about DeAndre Ayton possibly getting moved.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's a guy that you could build the team around the two of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the way they're constructed right now, they're just kind of like a B-level team that's going to make the playoffs every year and get bounced fairly early.
That's what it's going to be. It's hard to contend.
Yep. Not that impressed with them.
What we got next? The Sixers Nets. That's pretty, knew how that was going to go.
Yeah. Brooklyn, I think they put up a good fight after having to get rid of all their guys. And I still think Brooklyn made the best out of their situation with the trades that they had to make to get the players that they got back.
Yeah.
But from what I was seeing, I think they went 13-13 after the trade deadline.
So you can count what they're in the playoffs because of KD and
Kyrie. They made the playoffs from what was already there.
Yeah.
I don't expect
when they left, they was like a 4th seed or something like that when they got traded.
So I don't expect them to really contend very much. Embiid is too good. Embiid's going to win the MVP, and him alone.
I think he got it locked.
Yeah. I really think it was a wild, like, all of a sudden, whoever it was, there was like a major turn on Joker. I feel like with about like 3 to 4 weeks left in the season.
I feel like he shut it down.
Well, the last 2 weeks of the season, he missed a ton of games and wasn't even trying to play for it. But there was like a real certain point where the Heat got turned up on that discussion, and then people started talking about his lack of defense and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And Embiid just went through the roof because he took off even more than what he was already doing.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, the discussion, it just seems like it's Embiid's award.
Right.
From what I've heard. I'm not mad at Embiid winning it. I think he's deserving, but I think it was like a big narrative switch that kind of took Joker out of it.
I think if they give it to Embiid this year, it will be making up for last year. I think Embiid should have got it last season, and this is a season where you should most likely give it to Jokic. They're the number 1 seed in the West, best record. He averaging a triple-double. It's like it made more sense for him to win it this year than it did last season. So I feel like if they do give it to him, it's because they didn't give it to him last season.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
What it is,
because he was deserving last year. I thought he should have got it last year.
Yeah, they was 2, 3 seed. They were still where they are right now. Yeah. Top seed. So it's like, I think last year Nuggets was like a 6 or 7 seed or something like that.
Yeah.
So this year made more sense for Jokic to get it if you put everything together. But I ain't mad at Embiid getting it. He deserves it. He deserved it the last 2 seasons, maybe the last 3.
Yeah, honestly, the last 3 seasons, like I think it's been pretty clear that like the top 3 have been the same.
Yeah, they ain't changed.
Giannis is right there.
The season, it was more so Luka and Tatum was in that conversation because they was dominating. But when shit panned out, like once you look at you put where the team is and the averages of the player, it's hard to not have the same three be in there.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So, Tatum, you got to average a triple-double to get in the conversation now. So it's really what the fuck it is. Your 32 a game ain't going to do it.
Did you see Giannis's comments about the MVP like a couple weeks ago?
I think I seen some about. I don't remember what it was though. What he said?
I think somebody had asked him about the MVP, and he basically gave like an answer saying like, yeah, I absolutely wanted to win. I think I'm deserving of the MVP, and I think I should have won it the last 3 years, but I'm not going to beg for an award.
Right.
And I don't know, the way he said it was just so Giannis.
Yeah.
Where he was like arrogant in a way, where he's like, y'all know I'm the best fucking player in the world.
And when he won it, he kind of was saying the same sentiments like, yeah, this is great and all, but I got to win a chip. And then he went and won a chip. So it's like, he got the ultimate goal. So any MVPs is like, whatever. Like, as long as I'm in the mix to get these championships, it shouldn't make a difference. But he wants some of those MVPs. Though.
Yeah.
he wants some of those.
Every time he says something, I love it. I love his attitude. Like, it's weird that he can be like, on one hand, somewhat cocky and arrogant about how great he is. And then on the other hand, still has like a humble aspect to it. He's like, I'm not going to beg for this award. Y'all do whatever you want with it. I know I'm the best. Yeah. But it doesn't come off as like him being an asshole about it. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way he is.
Yeah. Real humble dude.
Yeah. I love Giannis.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah. So I don't expect the Philly series to be anything to pay much attention to.
All right. So we're getting to the next game. Before we get into the next game, I just wanted to just talk about how gambling has made me into the person that I never wanted to be.
I hope you're addressing what I hope you're addressing right now.
One of the reasons why I didn't before I started gambling, why I wasn't trying to be in the gambling, because I'm a fan's fan, right? I ride for my team. I'm one of them people like when I talk about my team, I'll talk about us. We did it. Like I'm a part of the organization, which essentially you are. Basically, pro teams need the fans just as much as they, you know what I'm saying? They need the players. You need us. So I'm one of those guys. Like I ride for my squads, and I know when you gamble, you have to remove fandom when you're gambling. So you essentially going to end up at some point rooting for teams that you would never root for any day in your life, being the fan of who you are a fan of. So now I'm at the point now where I'm finding myself rooting for the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers to win their first round series.
Let's get to the second one. But continue.
Who are essentially our biggest rivals. Knicks being in the same division as us, every time they play us, they're like one of our bigger rivals because we're in the same division. And the Lakers is probably one of the biggest rivalries in the NBA. It is the biggest rivalry. So it's like, it's tough, but in these first rounds, we don't play neither one of them. They play teams that I don't like either. Well, not the Lakers. I like Memphis, and I think they're the better matchup for the teams that they're playing in the first round. So I got them winning them. So that's where I'm at right now.
The Knicks.
Yeah. Knicks and Cavs, first round.
The Knicks, that can be a rivalry. I get that. Same division, all this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But the Knicks are the Knicks.
They are the Knicks.
It's hard to have a rivalry when one team is not respected. And this season's Knicks, they look good and everything, but they're the Knicks.
Yeah.
So I can excuse you going for the Knicks because, like, I would imagine there's some like big brother, little brother.
They also whooped us in the regular season. They won the regular season record between us and them. They whooped us.
Sweep?
They didn't sweep, but I think we got one. It was like 3-1 or something like that.
But I feel like that deep down, there's probably a little bit of feeling like we're really not afraid of the Knicks. Plus the way the bracket plays out, you're not going to play the Knicks to the conference finals anyway. They're playing the Bucks series winner.
Who we got next? Who we would have between the
Philly?
Heat? Philly.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun series because y'all don't like each other.
That's neither. Good,
honestly, I think of that as more of a rivalry. Like as of recent,
they kind of rivals too. Same division. Yeah, same rivals too.
But the Knicks, it is what it is. I got beef with your Lakers Your son is Lakers fandom all of a sudden.
I'm not a fan. I'm not going to put the fandom on it.
Well, in the chat, you're cheering for them. You're happy that they're winning and shit. And I didn't like it. I hate the fucking Lakers.
I know.
I feel like this is the closest.
I still hate the Lakers.
Nah.
I still hate the Lakers.
Not
as
enough.
A gambler,
not anymore.
It was too juicy of odds to not let that put something on that.
You can root for like AD or something individually. And not have to cheer for the Lakers to win. That's just gross.
Man.
But you're going for the Lakers as like a sworn rival.
Yes.
And then on top of it, like you just said, you're a Memphis guy. You've been holding down Ja.
I won't say I'm a Memphis guy. I'm a Ja guy.
Yeah.
I like Ja.
Right.
Like Ja.
Same idea. Me and you've been holding it down for Ja, particularly in all these Zion debates and stuff.
That's my guy.
How are you going to go against Ja for a little bit of money, son?
I mean, because I'm looking at it like this. When we look at the West right here, the top 3 seeds in the West are Denver, Memphis, and the Kings.
Right.
3 teams who have historically not done much in the playoffs.
Almost nothing.
So to speak. Pretty much nothing.
Yep.
The bottom half is Golden State. It's Clippers, Golden State, Lakers, and Minnesota. I'm looking at that, and I see veteran squad that all went deep in the playoffs versus teams who haven't done much of nothing in the playoffs, so to speak. And I'm like, these top 3 seeds gonna have a hard out against these squads. That's what it's looking like. Like this ain't no for play first round we talking about. Like these teams are have legit champions on them that y'all got to face that have no chips in the top 3 seeds. It's like, so I'm like, yo, I think they have the better edge in these situations besides the Warriors because they're not like the Kings in that, but it's still going to be a hard out for the Kings having to face the Warriors in the first round.
Well, your bet looks good. Your bet looks very good right now. It's just disgusting, and I'm a little bit disgusted with you as I told you.
It's nasty. It's nasty, and I hate it. I hate that I've gotten to this point as a gambler, but hey, shit looks good to me.
Yeah, I hope. Well, I don't hope you get your money because I don't want the series to play out the way that you picked it. But I think the Grizzlies are done. And I'm so disappointed because this is a series that I was most looking forward to. I had told you had said 2 weeks ago that you thought they were going to make some noise in the playoffs. I laughed at you. I think that sounded absolutely crazy. I still think it sounds crazy. But the way that the bracket played out with their play-in tournament, getting that dub against the Wolves, I do think the Grizzlies were the best matchup for them.
Yes.
Because Steven Adams is hurt. And then I forgot about Clark. Is it Brandon Clark?
Brandon Clark, yeah.
Brandon Clark last year in the playoffs turned into a monster.
Yeah,
he's at least a good backup center. So with AD, just that. With AD, that's a tough matchup to be down to your top 2 centers. And I think they're better off with Jaren Jackson playing the 4. So I think they got a bad matchup, or the Grizzlies got a bad matchup. Lakers got a good matchup anyway. Mm-hmm. But after the game yesterday or Saturday, whatever day it was, I think Ja's done for the series.
Yeah, it looked like he broke his hand.
If he plays, I don't think he'll be Ja. He went down so hard on that hand, and it was like bent backwards. There's no way he's going to be able to play up to his normal standard, and without him, they have no chance.
That shit looks bad. And when that happened, I was like, I might be right on this one. I mean, even with Ja, I was saying it's just like kind of a bad matchup for Memphis. Because ever since the trade deadline, Lakers had the best trades at the trade deadline. Like, that's just what it is. They got the best packages, the best role players to come in. They got D'Lo, got Vanderbilt, got fucking Beasley. I like the Hishimura. Hishimura is a beast to me. I think Wizards didn't use him as well because he's a solid player.
What are you talking about? They picked up the best role players. Their role players are LeBron and AD. The Lakers' big 3 right now is Rui Reeves and whoever else you want to put in there. This is Austin Reeves' team.
Austin Reeves is fucking balling.
This is Austin Reeves' team. That dude is not some flash in the pan. That boy's got legit skill.
Yeah.
And I thought it was wild in that last game. In the fourth quarter, LeBron kind of played relatively passive throughout the game.
Yeah, he was chilling.
But in the fourth quarter is when you would kind of expect that he would just take over at that point and make sure they got the dub.
Yeah.
He deferred.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, rightfully so.
Yeah.
He said, Austin, go do your thing.
Yeah.
And Reeves could not be stopped. Really
and man,
wild too.
Actually balled out 5 threes, 29.
Really did. I think he shot something like 9 for 12.
11 for 14, which is nuts.
Even
5 or 6
more
from
ridiculous.
3.
That's crazy. So that they're not going to get that out of him. I think Reeves can give you 20 every game in this series if they continue to give him the shots.
And they deep. They still got Schroeder coming off the bench. They got Beasley that can hit threes.
Schroeder is one of the guys that I really hate in the NBA. You don't like Schroeder? No, I really hate him.
That motherfucker is solid.
He's a really good player.
Yeah.
He just seems like the most annoying person on the court at all times unless Pat Bev's out there. Different style, not like the same in-your-face defensive dude. He just seems annoying.
He pop a little shit.
A lot.
Yeah, he pop a little shit.
Stupid shit out of here.
Yeah, I mean, he had a game winner when he did that shit. Like, you got to pop your shit then.
I hate him, son.
But they solid, but they got a deep squad. And then I've said this before, like the playoffs is not, of course you need your stars in the playoffs, but the other guys have to step up their ability as well. And that's exactly what the fuck they're doing. Like you said, LeBron had a double-double, but he was chilling most of the game. He didn't really have no big plays. He was off from 3 for at least the first 3 quarters. Like he was chilling. AD played good. He had like 7 blocks.
AD's
they long. They got defense, bro. It's like they're going to be a problem for how Memphis plays because they like to drive. They like to drive the ball. They got a couple shooters that can hit a little bit, but most of their points come from driving. And then when you get on that, they got a little kick out and they can hit a couple threes and shit. But they're going to be a problem for Memphis, I would think. So had to go with the Lakers, man.
Well, I think that I'm for real. I think that series is done.
Yeah,
because of Ja. If Ja was normal and he's able to play fully, not fully healthy, but like fully up to his normal standard in game 2, then I think Memphis is still fine. I really don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But once he got hurt, it's done. In that third quarter, like the first half, the Lakers looked pretty solid. And then in the third quarter, Memphis kind of turned it up and took the lead. And then that injury happened and it was all downhill from there. They don't have enough options without him out there. But I'm still not that impressed with the Lakers.
Right.
I think they're going to win this series, but like moving forward, it could turn into a wild situation where they end up getting the Kings. And it's like another kind of
my
better matchup than they would like.
Thing was them, like, if you look at the last couple months, ever since they made that trade, they've had the best defensive team in the league for the last couple months. That's what you need against them teams in the West who are all offensive driven, mostly. You need a team that can play some fucking defense, and that's exactly what they do best at this point. So they're going to be a problem for everybody they face, it seems like to me. I don't know how the next round, who would they have in the next round if they won?
Golden State, Sacramento.
Hey.
So look, I mean, I think that's good to get into that one next.
Yeah.
If I had to bet my life on who wins that series, I would take Golden State. Like
against the Lakers?
100%. No, against the Kings.
Against the Kings. Okay,
yeah, if I had to put my life on it, I'm taking the Warriors just with all the experience they got, all the names they got. They get Wiggins back.
Yeah.
Like that's who I would bet.
It's not bad to lean on that, of course, going off history.
But the Kings are getting no respect as the 3 seed coming in, being not favored to win the series. They win game 1. I don't understand it. They're still not favored to win the series. The Kings are plus 130, being up 1-0.
That's just that's living off their history. But one thing you got to say about the Warriors that I don't think people are speaking on enough, they have the worst road record in the league. 30 road losses this season. So in the playoffs, you got to win on the road. There's no way around it. You're not going to win a series without winning on the road.
At least once.
Like, you got to do it. So it's like, dog, like, other than, like, I guess the big markets places, Sacramento at home is the toughest place to play in the playoffs right now.
They
ain't been there for 17 years. That motherfucker has packed every fucking game.
They're hype right now.
Yo, they ready to light the beam every game. And that's a tough place to play. Probably the toughest place to play in the playoffs right now. And being the Warriors, being the worst team on the road, it's going to be a tough out for them, it seems like to me.
Do you think they're going to get it done?
I think I got the Kings.
Okay.
I already told you my little parlay is I got the Kings taking
that is one of the other legs. Okay.
Yeah, I got the Kings taking that.
Well, I think the Warriors get their game on the road tonight.
They better.
As impressive as the Kings were, and is like I want the Kings to win the series.
Yeah.
I think they've shown enough of how exciting of a team they are this year.
Yeah.
And they did it the entire year. Everybody expected towards the end they might kind of fall off, and they didn't. Mm-hmm. So I like the pieces they got. Fox is fun to watch. Sabonis is fun to watch. I don't expect Monk to play like he did in game 1 throughout the series.
He went off.
They got a fun team. But you think about like how much went right in game 1 for them as far as the guys that they got to play well.
They did.
And they won by 3. And there was a shot at the buzzer that could have tied the game. To me, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough to like think that they're going to win the series.
Did you like that shot that Curry put out, a little leaning one-legger?
At the end of the game?
I mean, at this point, it's like Curry can do whatever the fuck he wants with jump shots, but it's still like, damn, that's the shot that you take? It wasn't like... it was like,
if it's anybody but him, I'm with you. But they just got such a long leash. I mean, did you just see the shot that he hit from the corner?
Yeah.
Just silly what he can make. There's nobody else.
I can't really say like it's a bad shot for him. He's supposed to knock that down.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. Hey, the Warriors better tighten up because they take another L tonight in Sacramento, boy.
Then it's some trouble.
You damn right.
That is some trouble. You get down to 2-0, then you're in some trouble. But honestly, I feel pretty strongly that they win tonight.
Yeah.
I don't think that means like they get the series just because they win tonight, but I think they've got enough experience, enough veteran stuff that I expect that they'll get the job done. But
they're going to make it tough.
Who knows?
They're going to make it tough. But yeah, I like them. I like the Kings.
Before we move off of or into the next game, did you see that clip from J.R. Smith? Talking about Dellavedova in the year that they played the Warriors in the championship. He said he almost died guarding Steph Curry.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I remember watching that. Dellavedova was fucking exhausted, and that Joe Curry was going everywhere.
He just runs nonstop, son.
Yeah, there's just nothing you could do about it at some point. But speaking of that, bro, that motherfucker Darren Fox was giving Curry some fucking buckets the other night too.
Yeah,
like he did drop 40 on him. It's not like act like that ain't happened.
After the game, did you see Fox mention it after the game?
Yeah.
He was like, "You see that stuff about Dellavedova? It's true."
Yeah.
I saw some of the highlights they put together, just like purposely trying to show, how exhausting it was to defend him.
Yeah.
That dude ran like 3 laps around their half of the court in one possession and just never stopped. Like,
it's like constantly moving. Yeah.
It's wild to expend that much energy on defense and then be able to give you 40 on offense.
Yeah.
Fox is crazy. So.
Yeah, he's nuts. He balled out. Gotta give him his props.
He's a youngin'. Got that much energy.
But yeah, it's going to be tough out here, man. So, especially in the West, the first round ain't nothing to play with. Can go either way.
Yeah. Well, except for the Nuggets.
Yeah, that
beat the brakes off of them boys last night.
Timberwolves don't want no parts.
Good Lord. It was a 30-point game. Did it finish that way?
Yeah, 109 to 80.
Good God, son.
Couldn't even score more than 80 points. That's crazy.
80 is crazy.
That's crazy. But
we already talked about it. You got Gobert and Cat running up and down the court the whole game.
Yes.
Motherfuckers probably exhausted.
It's nasty work.
Joker didn't even really do anything.
He didn't. He was
those games with 14 points. It was just like, let Michael Porter Jr. go off real quick.
Yep. Jamal Murray hitting. You'd be all right. That's what you want. That's essentially what you want. That's being the first seed. You want to first round. You got to get them up out of there.
Yeah, let's cruise through this.
You got to get them up out of there.
Cruise through this and get ready for the next round.
You don't want that shit to stretch no longer than it has to.
Do you think they make this series interesting at all? Like one game, you can see a blowout one game and it come back and be a different story in game 2, but
I don't either. I don't.
I think that's how a lot of the series is going to go.
Yeah, I don't see them making any traction. I'd be surprised if they do win one game.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, what else we got? Oh, Clippers Suns.
I think that series, I mean, that's the 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
All right. So both of the 4 or 5s are going to be the 2 best series.
Yep. Kawhi.
God, he was unstoppable.
He went crazy.
He was unstoppable. With 38, right?
38. Balling.
The Suns. I don't know what to think about the Suns, yeah? It feels like they have the stuff that used to happen when the big threes first started becoming a thing. And it was like these three got to get used to playing with each other. And you saw like the Heat sucked for the first quarter of the season. KD hasn't been able to play with them hardly at all. And it's clear that they've got talent all over the court.
Hasn't lost a game from playing with them. I mean, it ain't been that much.
Oh, really?
But he hasn't. That's his first losses with the Suns.
I didn't know that.
So he technically hasn't lost a game with them when he played. But he almost had a trip dub last night.
Yeah, I mean, he looked great.
Chris Paul almost had a trip dub. But I think this is another one of those situations where, which I think has been like KD's issue his whole career, so to speak. It's like KD didn't need to be KD. They don't need KD to give you triple doubles. They need KD to give you 35. Like, that's what you need KD to do in the playoffs. Like, he's one of those things like, it's cool, 11 assists, 9 boards, a board short of triple double, but we need you to be getting up close in the 40 range against guys. Like, that's what they need him to do. But that's what it seems to me.
I agree with you, but I think that's kind of the problem that I see with them is it is the same KD situation that we've seen in the past where like he wants to play his game and also fit in with the team. Yeah. Which I think is a good mindset to have. Yeah. Because Booker can give you 40 on the other end as well. Mm-hmm. But it's like there's an indecision on, do we just ride Booker for this fourth quarter? Do we just let KD go nuts trying to get both of those guys involved?
Choices had to be made.
Ayton's temperamental. Yeah. I don't think you can just ignore him neither. You got to get him some touches. There's a lot of guys to get involved. They all
had pretty decent games. Like, it's looking numbers wise, like they all had pretty decent games, but I think the X factor in this game, who probably had like the greatest game I've ever seen, is fucking Russell Westbrook. like if you look at his stats, he almost had tripped up 9, 8, and 11. Shot awful. But it's like the defensive plays that he was making.
3 for 19 is crazy.
It's crazy.
But the defense he played was nuts. And then in the last minute of the game,
those boards, bro.
They missed like 4 shots. Yeah. The Suns got like 4 stops on one possession and could not get a rebound because Russ was either getting the rebound or smacking it to somebody else.
Getting all the boards, taking full advantage of Chris Paul. I'm getting all these boards.
I'm a grown man, son. You're not big enough. But he really should have gave him the too small. And then he gets the crazy block at the end of the game to really seal it.
A couple blocks on KD, a couple good steals. It's like, one thing you can't ever count Russ out is he can give you maximum effort every single game, no matter how bad he shoots. I know it, and at the end of the day, that's really his biggest knock is his shooting. Like any other part of his game is top tier to me. Like it's really just his shooting, and he gonna take his shots because y'all gonna leave him open or whatever. He's actually played well offensively since he's been with the Clippers a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but it's like, all the other shit that he does, you're not going to get many point guards that can do all that.
No, definitely not. I was listening to somebody else talking about his game, and they were like, the funniest thing about that game from Russ is no matter what you think about Russ, you could say you were right.
Right.
Like if you hate him and think he makes terrible decisions, can't shoot, you just be like, yeah, he was 3 for 19 with 8 points. Like he was garbage. Yeah. Or if you're one of the defenders, it's like he does everything that you need. He saved that game for him. I mean, Kawhi was the most important player, but he made the most important plays.
Yeah, facts. That's a fact.
I think him and Kawhi work well together. I don't think they're better without Paul George by any means, but without Paul George there, it lets Russ be Russ. Yeah. And Kawhi is so low maintenance that he's going to get his regardless. Yeah. And he doesn't need you to give him the ball 100 times. He's just going to go
He'll get a shot.
14 for 18 and not miss.
Exactly.
Who you think lasts that series? I think that series goes 7.
I can see it going 7. I see a lot of people been saying the Clippers going to get the Suns up out of here this round. It could go either way, but I think at the end of the day, I think the Suns should overwhelm them at some point. I think because Clippers have a good, heavy squad. They got a lot of good guys on the bench. Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, fucking Norman Powell. They got a bunch of guys, but I just think the firepower that the Suns got is going to overcome them at some point.
I agree. No, I think anybody that's overly hyped on the Clippers right now is just kind of caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
It was a big win. They needed to get that probably to really hold it down for the series, get that first one. But you just look at the lineups on paper.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys that you mentioned are nice role players. They're cool. I got no problems with those two. Norman Powell's probably better than a 6-man.
Yeah.
But you
got 3 legit Hall of Famers on the starting 5.
4 is ridiculous. Yeah, I got
3
a lot of
legit
respect
Hall of
for
Famers in your starting 5. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to take them down. But that is the series. That and this Knicks series are the 2 that I'm most interested in watching.
Yeah,
I didn't get to catch much of that game.
Which
we
one?
were playing poker. Knicks Cavs. Did you watch much of that?
Knicks Cavs game, was that Saturday? Oh, the late game was Kings Warriors.
Yeah, well, I caught that after we finished up.
Yeah. I didn't see much of that game either. Now I think about it, I don't think I did see much of that game. But like I say, I like the Knicks. In that, I'm trying to think. See if I can remember something. Damn, I ain't know Donovan had fucking 38 that game.
Yeah, I mean, he went off. From what I heard and saw, like in highlights and stuff, they didn't get any additional scoring, really.
Yeah.
Nobody else that could put up buckets. I think Garland had a really bad game.
Garland had 17.
Yeah, like no assist or something. I mean, he's a guy that's been putting one assist. Like they need him to bring it a little bit more. I heard the game was dumb physical. Julius Randle didn't have that big of a game. Like he shot really bad, and so did Barrett.
Yeah.
But
Brunson had 27.
Brunson's a monster. What tier do you put Brunson on?
As far as point guards?
Yeah, or just player in the league. Like clearly he's not like a top tier, like MVP dude, but
I think he's in the conversation for a second tier point guard. I think he's a solid second tier guy. I wouldn't put him in the first yet, but off what we've seen the past 2 seasons, you could put him in that conversation. I know the motherfucking Mavs are kicking themselves about letting him go.
Yeah, that's 100% sure. What other point guards do you think? Who else do you put ahead of him? That's a big question, but
who I put ahead of him? I mean, your go-to guys: Steph, Dame, Kyrie. Who else would I put in that conversation?
Do you think Harden's better than him at this point?
That's a good question. I don't know if I would put Harden in like the top tier point guard conversation.
I don't think so.
Put him in that.
I think he's physically, he's still very talented, obviously, but like his game doesn't even look the same anymore.
Right.
He's not I think of him as more of a passer and 3-point shooter.
Yeah. He's got a lot more passive since the last few seasons. But him, and De'Aaron Fox, I'll put him there. Was that 4?
You think he's better than Trey?
Do I think Brunson is better than Trey?
You'd put Ja over him. There's a 5th one.
Yeah, Ja's the 5th. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about him. I don't know. I might have to say just because he's bigger than Trey.
I think that's kind of like right where the tier is.
Yeah, they're probably both in the second tier.
Debating Harden, Trey.
Yeah, they're in the second tier.
Halliburton probably comes in a little bit lower than that, but it's like that point guard 6 through 9 type thing is where he falls into. But I never thought that he was going to be as good as he was.
Who, Trey? Brunson. Oh, yeah.
He obviously had the big breakout in the playoffs last year, and like what he did in the playoffs was crazy.
Yeah.
But when he signed and when he got the money from New York, it seemed like it was
still questions.
The Knicks kind of falling where they didn't get any of the guys they wanted and just went for Brunson.
Right.
He's way better than that.
I was sold on Brunson last season because I think Luka was hurt a lot during that regular season, and Brunson was going crazy.
Yeah.
Like he was doing Luka numbers without Luka on the floor, basically. I was like, this guy gonna get fucking paid. And that's exactly what happened. Knicks got him, and that shit has panned out for him because now they're top 5 seed in the East now. So it's like, hey, that shit worked out.
Yeah, and they had some injuries towards in the second part of the year where it didn't seem like Randall or Brunson were playing a lot together. So I think they may even be a 4 seed. kind of team, but ended up in the 5 spot.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at how good he ended up being. And I do put him in that second tier as well right now.
Yeah,
you could also make the case for, Shy's probably maybe ahead of him as well. But it's that 6 to 9 in the league type of thing.
Yeah.
Is where you probably rank him amongst the point guards. Who you got for that series?
The Knicks, man. Like I said, I mean, it's hard for me to do that, me and the fucking Knicks, but I think the Knicks do play better together than the Cavs do more consistently.
Yeah.
I think the Cavs, they've watched them throughout the season. They're mad inconsistent. Like, of course you got Donovan, he had that 70-point game, and it's like, but I've seen a lot of Donovan's games where he can't hit shit.
Yeah.
Like, he just off like hell. It's like, I haven't seen a lot of games where at least their starter guys, the guys that you expect to be good, all consistently play good. It's usually just like one of them. Like one of them have a good game, and then the rest will be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. Yeah. I think of them as like a better version of the Timberwolves, for real. Yeah, where they've got Mobley and Allen are probably their second and third best players, and they're good players.
Yeah.
But they're missing the complementary score from Mitchell.
Yeah.
It's Mitchell or bust. And Garland's a good piece as well, but he can't play the way he played in game 1.
No, you can't.
They need him to be doing a 20.7 assist game from him to consistently win.
Yeah. And with that being said, I've seen the Knicks be fully like full throttle whoop people's ass.
Yeah.
Like, mad games where Brunson and Randall had 30 plus.
Yeah, if they get a couple of guys going.
And you got quickly, when Brunson quickly came in, he was getting like 20, 25 a game. Like, they got guys that consistently have played well throughout the season together.
I think they're one of the deeper teams.
Yeah, they got some nice guys. Grimes can hit threes. RJ Barrett. I mean, they got guys. So it's just like, I've seen them consistently play very top tier basketball throughout the season. I think they can get the best of the Cavs just because they're so inconsistent.
I do too. I think that's who ends up winning that as well. So we got.
All right.
We got the Bucks. I forgot. I knew there was a game we were forgetting. The Bucks Heat. Game 1. And the game is what it was. The story in that series is going to be Giannis.
Yeah.
He got hurt in the first quarter, went down straight on his back.
Early.
You could tell as soon as he went down, that was like...
He tried to come back
no bracing yourself.
And that shit was not working. He left the game, was out. Lower back issues, to say it was.
Yeah. Straight on his tailbone, up underneath the charge.
It ain't nothing serious with Giannis, is it? Have they said anything else about it?
I don't think it's serious as far as I don't think it's going to impact the rest of the series.
I think he had the same back issues last playoffs.
Probably. The way he goes in, it's hard to imagine he doesn't have this happen more often.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to impact the rest of this series, but it's hard to say it's not serious because he missed entire game 1.
Yeah.
He went to the locker room, came back, and then went straight back to the locker room. Like, he tried and couldn't do it. So there's got to be a cause for concern. But from what I've been seeing, he's expected to play in game 2. And as long as Giannis plays, I don't see any way that the Bucks lose the series.
Right.
But if he's missing games, then obviously they're in major trouble.
I was checking that shit out. Jimmy went off that game. He had 35-11. He balled out. I mean, without Giannis, the Bucks, Grayson Allen was horrible. Holiday had 16-16. Middleton had 33-9.
Yeah, Middleton was really playing well.
I think Bobby Portis had a good game. He couldn't hit no threes. He had 21-8.
They couldn't get no stops.
You couldn't ask them to play any better than they played.
Right.
And without Giannis, and they still lose by 13.
Yeah.
That shows it's going to be an issue if Giannis can't play.
Yeah.
Because you can't ask for better games from the guys as was left to play.
Well, and if he's seriously hurt, this series doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if they beat the Heat, they're not going anywhere without Giannis.
It's going to be rough. And I don't know, man. He could knock him up out of there. I'd appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. I
appreciate that a lot, but it's like, that's not a good look, man. So they better get that shit together. They better hope Giannis can come back, because that's going to be rough.
Yeah,
that's going to be fucking rough.
I think he's going to be fine. I don't see that being a big thing. But the Heat also lost Hero. I think that's a pretty big injury for that. He broke his hand. He's done for the year.
He's done.
So I mean, like I said, the same thing still applies. If they're without Hero and Bucks are without Giannis, I think the Heat are still in a great position. But if Giannis is back and they lost Hero, they already struggle to score the ball.
That's true.
Generally speaking. I know they put up a ton of points.
That's been their issue all season. They ain't been able to hit.
Yeah, I don't think you can have Jimmy be the guy and then Strus be the second dude. And Bam has not been impressive at all this year. Every time I watch him
almost
play.
had a trip dub.
Yeah, he did his thing.
But it's like, it was a quiet. He's real
did
quiet.
His thing with Brook Lopez. Giannis out there, that's not happening.
I think that he will be better. Well, not better. I think they'll be able to move past not having Hero more so than the Bucks without Giannis. I mean, that goes without saying.
The MVP.
But it's just like, having all them unrestricted all them free agents on that squad don't look too good right now, do it? They've been holding on to that stat for a while. Their whole squad is all fucking free agents and shit like that, like undrafted and shit. I'm like, yeah, that shit cool until you get in the playoffs and you playing against all these high caliber ass players. Like,
you're gonna be having Duncan Robinson playing 30 minutes against Chris Middleton. Yeah. Like, Robinson's not defending nobody.
That shit is different. I know they got to the finals in the bubble and shit with this basically kind of the same squad.
Yeah.
But it's like,
man,
that shit ain't gonna cut it, dog. Nah. You need some more pieces, but they fighting. They trying to battle it out, but their chances are definitely better if Giannis ain't gonna be playing. But I think the Bucks should be able to win the series without Giannis. I think they're good enough to be able to do it, but it's gonna be tough. Like, it's gonna be a long fucking series.
A battle. Yeah. I'm not overly worried about them. Jimmy Butler is weird, yeah.
He is.
No matter what he does, I don't think there's anything he can do that will make me think of him as a superstar. Because it doesn't seem like he's not like the top tier, carry the team type of dude.
Right.
It seems like it's not consistent enough. But when he's in these big moments, he seems to get it done more than he doesn't.
It's almost like it's Kawhi-like.
A little bit.
Because the regular season, like, you look at their numbers, they had like R8 years.
Yeah.
But when the playoff starts, it's like they turn it on.
Yeah.
They turn it up a huge fucking notch in the playoff start. And you see Jimmy putting up 35, which he doesn't do on a regular basis. Like,
yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is super backhanded. I don't mean it to be, but like, I know that I don't respect him as much as I should.
Right.
Anytime I think like, as Jimmy, he's not going to be able to carry this team. Like you said, he gives you a 35-point game. Yeah. And it seems like it came out of nowhere. But if every time they really need him, he comes through, is it really coming out of nowhere? Or is this dude just really that nice and doesn't get thought of like that?
Yeah. I mean, you got to respect it because, you know, he turns it up a notch every playoffs that he's in. So it's like, you know what you're going to get out of him when it's crunch time, games on the line, seasons on the line. You're going to get the best Jimmy you can get. But at the same time, with how top heavy the East is, it's not going to be enough to get you to
not like to make a real run or anything. I don't know, man. I think the Kawhi thing is a good way to say it. I was even when I was watching the game, I was thinking like it's almost Tim Duncan like in that he doesn't score in any way that's that impressive.
It's not flashy,
but he's in the low post doing a spin move and pivots like 4 times until his defender is completely jumped out of the way and he gets an easy layup. And it's like, it's not that impressive of a move, but he just made dude look stupid at the same time.
A lot of tough buckets. It's like, damn, that motherfucker just gonna continue to hit these motherfucking 5-foot floaters he be doing and shit like
all mid range. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. I think he deserves more respect than he gets, but as somebody that doesn't give him the respect he deserves, I understand why it's hard to. His game doesn't translate to being like, I'm the takeover king type dude, but he is.
He is. He definitely is. Just ain't flashy. It's not pretty to watch. It's going to be a bunch of tough buckets, a bunch of and-ones going to the free throw line, all that shit. Well, you know, should be good to watch. Good series to watch. See how that panned out.
You had said that you had heard conversations about the charges.
Oh, yeah.
Changing the charge with the John Morant injury and Giannis both basically happen on the same type of play where they're going super hard through the lane, get up really high, somebody takes the charge that come down with the injury.
The hard fall.
What was that about?
There was a lot of talks about it. Somebody said, who's this? Who said this? They said the NBA's charge and block rules don't make sense anymore in a league where speed and athleticism are greater than they've ever been. I think Mark Cuban said some shit too. He said they should move the circle further away from the baskets so it could take an extra foot away from the hoop, which will reduce charges on drives dramatically. I like that. I mean, I understand that. At the same time, you can't take charges out of basketball.
Completely.
Because then you're just gonna have guys just rushing to the back. You hate Giannis. You hate how Giannis plays now. If it ain't no more charges, he's really gonna put that shit on extra.
Giannis is probably the hardest person to officiate anyway, because he is an absolute bully and he offensive fouls more than anybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always jokingly bitched about this in college, that I hate the charge. I think the charge oftentimes is kind of a bitch move.
I see some people say it's a bailout for the defense to call charges.
It is. Now, there's guys like Kevin Love that have turned it into how they play defense.
Right.
And in a sense, within the rules of the game, it's a really intelligent
it's a smart play
and sacrificial play to take a charge.
Straight up turnover.
Get crushed just to help your team out. But there's a difference between I like the offensive foul call in that if somebody's pushing off or running over somebody, you call the offensive foul.
Right.
But the idea of trying to slide into a lane that somebody is coming directly at and just get in the way.
Right.
That's the type of shit that I hate.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how they would change that.
Is it kind of like the pump fake and jumping into a person type thing?
A little bit, because I guess it is similar to that.
It's like a glitch in the game that you just take advantage of type shit. Yeah,
you're just trying to bait the other team into a foul, on a play that shouldn't be a foul.
Yeah. And they changed the rules on that, so you can't do that shit no more. So I kind of like Mark Cuban's look at it.
I like that idea
of moving the circle out a little bit more, so you can't just be standing under the basket or whatever.
Give it another foot.
Yeah, but you can't take away the charges, but moving it out a little bit just so you can't have a lane where everybody can just step up into and take charges in.
Well, I think the original idea with putting the restricted area there was to stop people from getting undercut. So if you are thinking about how the game has changed, these dudes just fly now.
Yeah.
They're taking off from further out. Exactly. So it would still be the same idea if you bump it out an extra foot all the way around.
And at the end of the day, if you got a Ja coming down the lane, you know what he about to do.
Yeah.
So
about to put you on a post.
If he jumps out first, it's all you have is taking the charge. That's all that you can really do to defend that shit at that point.
Yeah, well, if they've already jumped, you failed at defense on that possession, is what I would say.
You got to take that charge. That's the only way you're going to stop them from doing that shit. But, hey, got to deal with it. It's part of the game.
At the same time, though, this kind of seems to me like in the NFL playoffs, after a team loses in overtime, and it's a bunch of stars got hurt yesterday. Let's change the rules to get rid of charges. Where in the NFL, it's this was a crazy game, Bills and Chiefs, but they had to lose because both teams don't get the ball. Let's change the rules.
Right.
It's just kind of reactionary to the fact that two stars got hurt yesterday. If they both didn't go down, nobody has a problem with those charges. Big picture.
But that's how it always goes, because at the end of the day, you want your stars on the floor.
Yeah.
That's why they have all these protective things with QBs, because we don't want to see people starting QBs going down every week.
Yeah, we don't want to
hurts the game.
Fourth string 49ers quarterback.
You want the teams in the playoffs, you want their stars to be available. And if they're not and they lose a series, that's the reason why they're going to lose the series, is because the stars went on the floor.
Yeah.
So I get it. And they probably will do something to change it around, because once again, you got Ja and Giannis out in the first fucking round.
Yeah.
NBA don't want that shit. You gotta want them guys on the floor. So they probably do some type of adjustment with it. I don't think you can take the charges out, but maybe moving a circle might be a thing they can do.
I think that's a good idea.
So I ain't mad at that.
Well, we're almost out of time here. Real quick though.
Yeah.
We've already talked about who we think's gonna win these first round games. Mm-hmm. You got Milwaukee and New York matching up in the second round.
Yeah.
Who you got?
If they match up in the second round, that's all depending on Giannis.
Right.
It's really what that's all depending on. Giannis playing,
Giannis plays.
Bucks got it.
All right.
The Bucks
if he doesn't,
take the Knicks
without Giannis?
I don't know if I can feel like I can take the Knicks yet at this point, but it would be a lot tougher battle for sure.
If Giannis is out, I think the Knicks could beat him.
Yeah.
But I think Giannis is going to be fine. I think Milwaukee ends up winning the next round.
Yeah.
And then I think Boston and Philly. Look, I like Philly. I like Philly more than I like Boston. All due respect. I got no problems with the Celtics. But
I fucking with the Sixers.
Y'all own the Sixers. So I don't see any chance that Philly beats Boston. I got a Milwaukee-Boston Eastern Conference championship. And I had put in at the beginning of the year for a Bucks-Nuggets championship, which would pay crazy. So that's what I'm cheering for. But is that how you see it out as well? Eastern Conference, Bucks, Celtics?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the East is a lot easier.
Yes, like I can see the rematch happening for sure. I know they want some get back after us beating them in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. But yeah, I can see that. That's how it should pan out, especially if Giannis is healthy.
I think so too.
So
you got in the Western Finals.
In the Western Finals,
looking at Denver versus Phoenix or LA, and then Lakers Grizzlies versus Kings Warriors.
Lakers Grizzlies.
I'm gonna do something crazy here.
I have the Lakers being in the Western Conference Finals.
I assumed.
And I have, it's hard to call that second one, but I think it's either going to be the Nuggets or it's going to be the Nuggets or the Kings.
Nuggets are playing.
Would that be able to work out?
No, the Kings are going to get beat by the Lakers, according to what you're saying.
Okay.
Nuggets are going to play the Suns, Clippers.
I got Nuggets, Lakers.
Nuggets. All right. So you got Nuggets over the Suns or the Clippers?
Yeah.
In that second round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the Nuggets could do that.
Honestly, I think the most likely is probably,
I wouldn't be mad at the Suns, Lakers either.
I think that's probably the most likely option if I had to pick it today. I'm hoping for Nuggets Kings, honestly.
Okay.
But I think I don't trust Denver at all. So if the Suns or the Clippers get to the next round, I think you could see either one of those teams favored over the Nuggets because I don't think anybody believes in the Nuggets until they do it.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I think I trust the Nuggets more this season than I ever have.
Yeah. Definitely.
Just simply because they got everybody healthy.
Right.
They have their full roster. So now we get to see what they do with that full roster because that's been their issue the past couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Murray getting hurt, Michael Porter Jr. being hurt. There are other guys that they need haven't been there. So the fact that they got all of them, they have their best shot this year to make it happen.
I want to see them in the championship. If for nothing else, but I've made it clear how much of a fan of Jokic I am. And if he doesn't get to the championship, his legacy from this point forward until changed would be that he can't win.
Yep.
And if he gets to the championship and loses to one of the Eastern teams, I don't think it's fully over for him at that point. But if he gets in the second round and they get beat by whoever they play, the narrative from now until he wins is that he's a great player in the regular season that can't win. And I don't want that to be the case, but if it is, it is. I don't really care, but I like his game, so I'd like to see him win.
Yep. Very likely to happen. If you got to win, you got to get there. At least get there.
Yeah. Got to at least get there.
So we'll see how that work out.
Any final basketball thoughts here before we got two samples coming for you?
The vice president of the Pelicans came out today and said that he puts most of the blame on Zion for why they ain't made in the playoffs right now. I thought that shit was, hey, you got to call it out at some point.
At some point.
You got to call it out.
Honestly, I don't know I don't think he should have, to be honest with you.
You probably shouldn't have.
Zion's already expressed that it's difficult to hear everybody talk shit about you all the time. So I understand that's part of reality, but if that's my star, I don't think I would have added to that pile.
Probably he shouldn't have said it, but the fact that he did say it means that your organization is looking at him just like everybody else is.
Yeah.
And that should be a problem. Like, dog, you've been cleared to play for like 2 months now. You ain't stepped on the court.
Yeah.
had an interview. I actually feel I'm physically right, and just I gotta want to feel like Zion again. It's like, all right, so it sounds like Ben Simmons ish to me. Very similar sentiments that he's making out of his own mouth. And I see CJ shots to go for him being a good teammate. Like, yeah, people see him doing dunks and they think like, oh, he's supposed to be good. Yeah. As fans, you see a star player out there doing fucking windmills in pregame. Yeah, you gonna feel like, why the fuck he ain't playing? That's exactly what the spots you gonna get. Correct. So yeah, maybe I should tell him to stop fucking doing pregame dunks if you don't want people to be like on his ass. Like, yeah, we trying to make a run in the playoffs right now, and our star player is fucking doing a dunk contest in the pregame and shit.
Not very good optics.
Like, it's not a good look. You gotta, put his feet to the fire a little bit, because you can't keep on having these same issues every season, man. Some gotta give.
Agree. I don't disagree at all.
But, yeah, that's all. Want to get that out.
Well, if you're on YouTube, we'll be back next week. If you're on audio, we got 2 samples coming for you. Stay tuned.
Yep.